Dear women, I'm so happy to be with you. I've been waiting for this for a long, long time. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Hana Katan. I was born in the USA, and I was born to a modern Orthodox family. We were 8 children. I was the oldest. We lived in Manhattan, in Stuyvesant Town. My father was the head of a day school. My mother was at home with us. And from the minute we were born, we knew that we're going to go to Eretz Yisrael. Our parents were very Zionistic. They said, we're not buying any furniture, we're not buying anything here. We're going to make Aliyah. It took a long time. It took 15 years until they really did it. And we happily came to Israel right before Yom Kippur War. We were 8 children. I was the oldest. I was almost 15, and the youngest was half a year. And it really was something very idealistic and very difficult. And that's, even though my father knew a wonderful Hebrew, he was a lecturer in Hebrew literature in Jerusalem University before he got married. And my mother also knew Hebrew, but it was very difficult. First of all, we came right before the war. We were in on Olim because our apartment wasn't ready yet. And it took a long 8 months for the apartment to be ready. We were in 2 different apartments on different floors because we were too big family. And my parents had to set us all up in different in schools and all different kind of how would you say youth movements without actually any help. There was no internet, there was no telephone, no nothing. We didn't have any neighbors who would help us. Ramat Aviv was like a very, very cold kind of place in terms of social connection. And they did this all by themselves, and it was pretty hard. A few teenagers, and getting us used to the school system, and getting used to the bus system, and even buying in the Makolet instead of a supermarket, and everything was different. And this was with parents who were very Zionistic and knew Hebrew, and very, very motivated to be in Israel, and very happy to be in Israel. It wasn't easy. My parents were in the 40s and 50s. They weren't young, and they left the community, and they left family, and they left friends, and they left economic stability. My father couldn't work because he had a heart attack right before we left, and he was supposed to be a lecturer at Tel Aviv University. That's why he bought an apartment in Ramat Aviv, and he just couldn't do it. So my mother had to go out and work for the first time in her life, because she was always with the kids. And she taught at Tel Aviv University. She taught English to all kinds of diplomats that had to know English before they went out to the world. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy economically, and we didn't have family. Nobody knew us. We're anonymous. My father was so well known. He had a community, and he had so many people who thought highly of him, and suddenly nobody knew him at all. My mother's best friend was her only sister. They would talk for 24 hours a day, and she just couldn't talk with her because phone calls cost so much money then. And when I think about it today, I say they were really, really tzaddikim. I mean, that's something which is, you need an awful lot of really Zionism to be able to deal with that. And I definitely, to make Aliyah is something which is worth it. And Israel is really a wonderful place to live, and it's an empire today of an economic empire and technological empire, and in terms of medicine and cyber and everything you want. Definitely Torah and to be here and to speak our own language, and to have our own holidays, and to listen to the radio, and just to know that we're going to be talking about topics that are interesting us as being Jews, and to know that there's a lot of aravut adadit, a lot of warmness, and we feel like a family, and you'll never be left alone. And this is something which you don't have in Chutz La'aretz. I remember, even though it was a long time ago, I remember in New York being in this terrible fear of goyim, definitely of the Kushim, of the blacks. I remember the police all over, and I remember that before Giuliani came around, it was a real riot. And we couldn't even go out by ourselves. We couldn't go out to play in the play gardens. We had to be, we had someone to be with us all the time. Israel is the most secure place to be. The most secure. Children just can run around and feel free. And we know that everything's b'yadayim shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu b'chol mikra. We know that we can't predict anything. We know that Miss Corona could just do whatever she wants. It's not Miss Corona, it's Ribono Shel Olam, and wants to tell us that we should just try to just let go, let him lead us to the right place, and the right place is Eretz Yisrael. And we're waiting for you, and we'd really love to have you here. And the communities would love to just hug you and bring you in and help you out. And I'm sure it's going to happen. Meanwhile, we want to send blessings that you should all feel good, and that your communities will be able to build themselves up again, and they will be able to get economical support, and that you'll really feel that that you're going back to security that you felt before this unbelievable era with the corona, which took you out of the synagogues, and now with this riots going around that taking the Sefer Torah out of synagogues. Hopefully, it's just gonna, little by little, just gonna go down. And definitely this summer, I'm sure there'll be an awful lot of traffic in the air. We're waiting for that. We're waiting for you. We really are. And bless you all. Dr. Hannah Katan. Waiting to see you really hard.